Welcome to the Chronocast, the Chronochord podcast. I am C-Dub alongside here with JC. We're going to be covering the big topics for the week, from music, television, movies, sports, gaming, pro wrestling, you name it. Got plenty to talk about here. What's up, JC?
C-Dub, I'm still kind of in shock from that Walking Dead episode. The premiere of Season 6 Part 2 was definitely a nail-biter and quite gruesome, and probably one of the best Walking Dead episodes, like we mentioned in our review of that, to ever be shown on television, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of this season there.
I did see a few people who were actually giving the episode negative reviews, but I kind of thought that their reasoning was a little bit ridiculous. It was almost like, well, what I wanted to happen didn't happen, so boo. Which, of course, is stupid. That episode was action-packed. It started off with a bang, a boom, literally, Daryl with the RPG, and it only went up from there. Carl gets shot, whole family gets wiped out, craziness. 175 zombies get killed in the episode.
And I'm really not even a horror movie zombie flick type of guy, but watching The Walking Dead, there's so much underlying psychology between the characters and the peaks of their storylines individually and as a group, to me kind of overshadows all the blood and guts that I think turned most people off from that show. But C-Dub, another premiere the day after The Walking Dead on AMC TV. Gotta say, in my opinion, AMC has been producing probably the best original television shows the past few years. Better Call Saul Season 2 is a continuation of what we saw in Season 1, the growth of that character and how he's going to become Saul Goodman. It's really cool to see Bob Odenkirk in a lead role finally. I mean, C-Dub, you and I both love him from Mr. Show back in the day, and also, of course, he helped co-write with Tim and Eric on their great series from Adult Swim. And I think it's about time that Odenkirk got his due, got that lead role, and Season 1 was certainly critically acclaimed. Even though I thought it kind of moved a little slowly for my taste, it's certainly the opposite of The Walking Dead. You're not expecting crazy things to happen every week. Now, C-Dub, I know you're not big on Breaking Bad. You haven't watched the show. It's certainly one of the best shows of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, I'll be sure to go back and watch that at some point. I know that a lot of people were tweeting and posting on social media about Season 2 of Better Call Saul. And as you said, Bob Odenkirk, one of my favorite actors. The guy is a comedic genius, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. Another show that I'm a huge fan of that's going to be coming to Netflix here pretty soon, Trailer Park Boys. Season 10 will be premiering on Netflix Monday, March 28th. Can't wait to catch up with Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles, the rest of the gang. Apparently this year, as was revealed last year actually, Snoop Dogg will be making an appearance in Sunnyvale Trailer Park. And as we know, in every season, it's always complete mayhem with the boys and their harebrained schemes to get rich and avoid jail. And of course, Season 9 was fantastic. They are always on the lookout for Trailer Park Supervisor Jim Leahy trying to put the kibosh on their fun times. Whenever it comes to comedies these days and shows that I feel like I have to watch that really build up that anticipation for me, Trailer Park Boys is it.
I think we're starting to see a new trend here with companies, streaming services like Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. They're starting to produce their own original programming. Now, I know Trailer Park Boys was not an original from Netflix, but I think it looks like they've picked them up for their remaining seasons, huh?
Yeah, the guys over at the Trailer Park Boys, the three actors who play the main characters, Rob Wells, Jean-Paul Tremblay, and Mike Smith, actually purchased the franchise from the previous producer, Mike Clattenburg, who did, I believe, the first 8 seasons as well as a couple of the movies. And now they're running their own operation and have got the deal with Netflix, like you said, as one of their exclusive programs to be put on Netflix. And I know that cult following is something that Netflix is really looking to tap into whenever it comes to this show.
And I do like that approach from these streaming services making their own shows, because they're not held down necessarily by standards and censorship that would be applied to normal cable television. And that would certainly allow for more creative freedom for the producers and show writers. And there's another show in the works, Season 3 of Peaky Blinders, which is a great drama slash gangster show set in Birmingham, England, around the time of Prohibition. And of course, the main guy, Tommy Shelby, is played by Cillian Murphy, who's a great actor. I remember him first from 28 Days Later. That was a freaky ass movie back in the day. And of course, he played the Scarecrow in the latest Batman films from Christopher Nolan. And this is a great show, C-Dub. I highly recommend it to you. And there's only 12 episodes for 2 seasons to catch up on, so anyone out there that likes a good gangster show, but it also has a great soundtrack, kind of meshes modern rock and pop music with a show set in 1920s England, so certainly a juxtaposition there, but it kind of provides that attitude to the show.
Yeah, JC, I have that on my watch list. I have a funny feeling that one of these days I'm just gonna get a strange sensation and go watch the very first episode, and like a lot of people, there begins the binge watching. Luckily, like you said, not that many episodes, so I'm gonna have to get caught up before season 3 drops.